Good afternoon, everybody. We are Andromeda Tech. My name is Kyle Lyons. With me is Conor Nolan, Emily Oostwouder, and Joseph Delcastillo. Our product is the Employee Progress Outcome Tracking System, better known as EPOTS, and let's tell you a little bit more about it. Our client is the Junior Achievement of North Florida. Junior Achievement is a nonprofit organization that provides K through 12 students with educational experiences that are not typically offered in the primary classroom. Our client was tracking the success of their programs and quantifying their community outreach using a pen and paper system. Our project was the digitization of this system.
I am Emily, and these are the key product requirements along with an overview of all of our use cases. I did the user management use case. For this use case, the key requirement is the ability to create both a staff and admin account, which should allow the user access to our system.
I'm Conor Nolan, and I'm responsible for the form management use case. The key requirements of the form management use case are the ability for admin users to add, archive, and edit questions from the form. Additionally, admin users require the ability to submit forms on behalf of staff users.
Again, I'm Kyle Lyons, and my use case was the response management use case. The key requirements for this use case were the ability to view, edit, and archive previous entries.
I'm Joseph, and I did the reports generation use case. This use case primarily required the staff generation of reports and statistics based on the questions and submissions previously done and by graph type, but also for admins to be able to pull reports on multiple users.
My name is Conor Nolan, and in order to create our solution, we used the rational unified process in the form of 7 agile Scrum sprint cycles to iteratively develop our project. This image visualizes that process.
I am Joseph, and I will be covering the solution architecture and detailed design. Our solution is using an Azure static web app with a React.js front end powered by Node.js, as well as a Cosmos database backend using an Azure's function app that is also Node.js driven. Our design details can be read from top to bottom, left to right. Starting in our client app, each one of our 4 main function groups are sectioned out into different pages. Those are controlled by the route controller on the front end side. An API controller links them and all their information handling to our backend API side app. That API side app all has its own subsequent controllers linking together the information within it, and when properly authenticated, it allows access to the database server in order to gain all the information that we need. As you can see, we have users, questions for our forms, submissions for the submissions coming in, responses, which are the responses within those submissions, and then sessions to manage who is online. Here you can see the database that we actually use to link this complex form together for the longevity's sake. Here, questions are able to link directly to responses as well as to submissions, which group everything together and allow us to track the users who are making those submissions as well as modifying them. And then we also have a branching from users to sessions so we can authenticate and control who's online and make sure that only the correct amount of people are on when they should be.
Hello, my name is Emily Oostwouder, and I was in charge of user management. When you first access our system, you'll be taken to this home page right here. Once you want to log in, you'll just click the login button, and then there is a place where you can enter in your email and password. Click submit, and then the system will validate that that information is correct. There are 2 types of users within our system. There are admin users and then staff users. Admin users will have slightly more access and some more functionality. For instance, they can actually see an entire list of all the other users. If an admin user would like to look at a specific one, they can click the I, and then they will be taken to a profile page. At the profile page, they can archive the user. So users within our system are not deleted just because we do have different responses that are associated with them. However, if you would like to remove their access to the system, you can archive them or unarchive them as well if you would like to give them their access back. If you would like to change some information for that user, for instance, maybe their name change, you can do that from the Edit User Account page. You can also change their email and then also their account type if you would like to upgrade their access a little bit. Also in here, there is a reset password option. What that will do is it will actually send a reset email to the user account of this particular user. If you would like as well, you could also add a new user. What you're going to do is you are going to give them a name. You're going to be giving them an employee email. And then you're also going to be giving them an account type. And then you hit create. It will validate that that email has not been used anywhere else. And then it will send a reset password email to their account to allow them to set up their password. Users can also come over here and view their own account and their own account information, as well as edit that account information as well and change their password here as well. Once you're done, you can also just log out and then it will delete your session from the system. If you are the user who got an account created for them, what will happen is you will get an email that looks like this. It will contain a link which will take you to this password reset page. At this password reset page, you can just put in the password you would like to have and then click reset. And then it should allow you to enter the system with that new password. Just hit submit. And then you can access the system as well. However, this particular password reset will only work for about an hour. So let's say you didn't quite get to your email in time. What you can do is you can go down here to forgot password. This will work for both new users and existing users. And it will take you to this page. All you have to do is just enter in your password. And then it will check to make sure that this password is owned by an actual user. And then we'll send a password reset to their account. If you would like to reset your password, you will get an email that looks like this. Click the link and you will be taken back to the same exact page. Just like before, this password reset is only good for an hour.
Hi there, my name is Conor Nolan, and I will be walking you through the form submission and form management use cases. I'm currently logged in as a staff user, so we will submit a new response. There are two types of answers that you can give. You can give numeric answers or you can give text answers. Then by submitting, it will take you automatically to the response management portion of the use cases. We'll quickly hop out. Hop over into the admin account to manage the form. Here it shows all of the questions that are on the form listed out with their attributes, where you can edit them by editing the text, the goal, or the response type. And it will show those updates in real time. You can also archive something from the active list or put it back. Additionally, you can mess with its priority. Priority is responsible for the order in which the questions appear, and even if something has the same priority, they will still not have the same number and will appear sequentially. Finally, you can add a question with whatever text you wish, whatever goal, and whatever response type. I'll stick with number. And then immediately, it has appeared, it is given a priority, and it can be added to the active list. But we're going to remove it for the sake of not getting in the way of everyone else. Finally, admin users can add responses on behalf of other employees, on behalf of staff users. And so we will submit one for our staff user. And as you can see, a new response has been submitted and created on behalf of staff user. This completes the use case demonstration. Thank you very much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kyle Lyons, and I'll be covering with you the response management portion of our system. To access the list of responses that they have previously entered, an employee need only click the response button on the navigation bar. From here, they can view details about all of their responses, such as the date and time in which they were created. If a response has been modified, they can see the last person who modified the response, the date and time that it was edited, if it has been edited, and finally whether or not the response has been archived. In the event that the user has a large list of responses that they need to filter, they can do so using the filter bar up here. They can filter by any of these fields. However, for demonstration, I will filter by submissions that have only been not archived. I can type not archived and click apply. And now it'll only return the items that have been not archived. Say a user would like to view a submission that they have entered, they can do so by clicking on the eye icon right here. This will show them the response itself, as well as all the questions and answers to those responses. In the event that one of these was made in error, they can change it by clicking the pencil icon here to the right. This will ask them to edit the response. In this case, say they meant to enter 16. Change it, click Save. They will be notified of the change, and the response will be updated here. In the event that the user needs to archive or unarchive a submission, they can click on the archive icon or the unarchive icon, depending on the current status of the response, to change its current state. As you see, I clicked the unarchive button, and it shows that the submission has been updated. That is all for me. I will pass things off to Joseph to cover the reporting of our system. Thank you.
I'm Joseph, and my use case is the report generation. Here you can see the very beginning of that in the dashboard with a mini report that gets auto-generated from a user by pulling in all of that user's responses over time and allowing them to see the first number one priority question up front. Additionally, they can switch to other questions and all the other graph types right here at a glance. Going further into the traditional cases of my use case, report generation allows an admin, for example, to take a report of all of their different staff users or any selection of them across a number of dates and in a number of questions. Here you can see that they can add as many as they desire as well as remove them and swap them out with ease. Additionally, they can change different ways to visualize and save their data and can generate just as quickly. From here, they have the ability to view in other formats as well as to save this data. And you can also see in the information section a statistical overview. Saving it as a CSV is also an availability. The staff view is quite similar to the admin view on the dashboard side, showing their results per question and allowing them the same comforts and capabilities. The reports view, however, is simplified as staff members can only access their own responses, but otherwise they have the same creature comforts and capabilities should they want to share, expound, or look into their own progress. And
to summarize our project, my name is Emily Oostwouder. With our system, we improve the efficiency and accuracy of junior achievement of North Florida's reporting by digitizing their current process. Through this process, we gained a new understanding of Node.js, the other technologies used, and the project development lifecycle. We also learned a lot about nonprofits and how to develop a product for use within a business context. We would like to thank Junior Achievement of North Florida for helping us learn this and for the opportunity. We would also like to thank all of our mentors at Availity for all of their help and support throughout this endeavor.